So I got to make this quick. I normally wouldn't start forging. It's after 7 p.m. It's like 7:15, and I do have to work tomorrow. And it's kind of getting dark. But I've done some work on the billet. Let me show you. You know, I almost started without bringing you guys with me, but I've taken you this far. I can't stop now. So this is that billet that I know has a flaw in it. It's probably not going to be knife quality, but I wanted to learn something by continuing with this Damascus billet. So I'm trying to do a little bit of a ladder Damascus kind of pattern in it. I'm going to flatten it out. Hopefully it won't take long, and then I'm going to let it normalize one more time. I'm going to try to go ahead and flux and pound it, and hopefully that crack will seal up, although honestly I expect this to actually get worse before it gets better, if it gets better. But I don't know. Let's see what happens. I don't know if it's going to matter. I'm going to give a little preheat to the anvil. Oh man, how do you brush it off once you do that? Oh jeez. Alright, let's get it back in the fire. I'm going to pound out all those wrinkles. We'll see. We'll see. All right, we're moving into a knife-shaped object. We're getting skinny, but I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough metal to make a tang. Or excuse me, whew, that is hot on the wrong glove. Whew. I have the length. I'm going to have to weld a tang on here if I want to turn this into a knife. Boy, but I'm kind of curious what it's going to look like. Boy, am I curious. I don't know if that... I don't know, man. It's probably still got those spots, but it's interesting nonetheless, right? Very, very interesting. I think these next couple cycles will be more about kind of getting good and flat and, you know, squashing out a little bit more, but good and flat and not developing a lot of scale to make it easier to clean up. And then I'll normalize it, and then we'll see where it's at tomorrow. Getting dark. We're starting to get a fireworks show while I'm working, which quite frankly looks kind of cool. But trying to decide what thickness to leave that at. I gotta leave room to remove scale, but I don't want to have to remove a bunch of metal that could be good for the final piece. Hopefully I can make a knife out of this. I don't know, we'll see. Now I almost wonder if I should stack this guy up again. And try to do more layers. Oh man, I don't know. Glutton for punishment, I tell you what. I don't know if everybody does this, but I feel like that Mule Team Flux, if I put a little on there, get it heated up before I park it, it's like it keeps a lot of the scale down. So, I'm warming up the forge. You missed a few things because I didn't have time to turn the camera on. But anyways, I cut it. But I cut it in half long ways this time, instead of in half this way, because this piece is not nearly long enough to make a knife the way that it was. I'm hoping this is going to make me come out a little bit further this way and have something a little more knife-shaped without too much moving. I cut into it, I etched it, I looked at a few things when I cleaned up the one side. Not that excited about the pattern, but it wasn't bad. A few imperfections in there. I don't really know as if it's going to bother me too bad. Depends on how bad they are when it's all said and done. This might have been a big mistake. This might have been a big fat mistake. Oh, this thing is hard to hold straight. It's getting dark and I got some serious pain issues going on my leg. Long story about chronic pain issues. But anyway, this here item is starting to take a knife shape and I don't really want to screw it up. The handle is so floppy, man. I don't know what to do. I think maybe try to make some sort of hidden tang for this guy. I've never done this before, so I don't quite know what I'm doing. Okay, so a little bit of a recap. Yeah, Damascus steel for a noob like me is not really all that practical. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm using so much propane trying to get this right. It's just ridiculous. I've gone through like 2 20-pound tanks. But this is where I'm at right now. I'm going to try to finish the forging aspect of this today. Get a little bit of a hidden tang going. Maybe get a little bit of a... yeah, you'll see. Well, this vise kind of sucks, but I'm going to try. So I really want to get this bent. Oh, shoot, need a hammer. Getting there. Throwing it out there. Almost got a handle. Trying to achieve my final thickness at the back there. I think I'm going to put a little distal taper to make the front a little sharper. I might cut the back of that off anyway. That's a really long hidden tang. I don't know. I like it. I like it. Okay, so I'm going to set myself up for a little bit of heartbreak. I can see on that one side the billet, which I chose for the blade side. Probably would have been better if it had been the spine side, but I can see a little spot of delamination. I don't know if it'll grind out when I grind the bevel or not. Not really sure. So, I don't know. Oh yeah, it's opening right up. Opening up bad. Look at that. Look at that. Opening right up. All that work. Just have it open right up. At this stage, I think the best I can hope for is to get that delamination really, really tight so it's not super, super visible in the final product. I don't know. It is what it is. Oh, maybe I'll get lucky, and that'll be far enough to the outside edge. I don't think I'll try to create the edge by forging. I think I'll try to just grind in the edge. Maybe it'll grind a fair share of that out. So I've been grinding away on this puppy for quite some time with that there and that there. That primarily for scale or getting down high spots, and that for cleaning up and seeing where I need to go. But after a great deal of time, I worked through 3 of my lower grit belts over there. I've got this to at least 120 grit finish. I'm pretty much roughed out where I'm going to be. I'm getting ready to etch it. So we're going to get a bit of a preview as to what that design looks like so far. I think this side here is going to have a relatively large kind of blank spot because there was a high spot right here. It had to be leveled off. And then this obviously had then 2 high spots on either side where the high spot was on the other side. But it's looking pretty dang straight now. Let's see, can I get you to look? I think I got it. It's not really warped or anything. Well, now, gotta say, pattern thus far, not that interesting. I actually think I might have, by doing that final fold, actually straightened out some of the waves that I put in it at the step before. So that kind of sucks. So, anyways, here's what we got. I don't know how much of this you can see and not see. Look at that middle section. There's very little contrast. Like I said, I ground through a bit of a warp that was in the blade there. So, I mean, a lot more will be revealed once I bevel this. But as far as the spine goes, that's going to be a bit boring on that side. Now, this side is a bit of another story. This side shows a bit more contrast, I suppose. But I was kind of hoping for more.